And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to race number 22 of the 2014 NASCAR Spring Up Series season, as we're getting ready to go green for our 22nd race of the 2014 season. Today we are on our second and final road course race of the year at Watkins Glen, getting ready to go green for 14 laps of racing around this road course. On the front row are two drivers who have not been in victory lane. Actually, the top six spots on the grid, all drivers have not been in victory lane. Some big names too. On the pole is the 15 of Clint Bowyer, gets his first pole of the year. Alongside us, the number 9 of Marcus Ambrose. In row 2, we have Casey Kane and Brian Vickers. In row 3, Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. And the top six, five of those drivers have a win on a road course. Only one who does not is the 55 of Brian Vickers. Clint Bowyer and Casey Kane had good runs last week at Pocono, as Joey Logano picked up the win last week at Pocono and put himself in the chase for the Sprint Cup of 2014. We can also tell you that Matt Kenseth is officially locked into the 2014 chase. And I want to say it, but I don't know if it's official yet. But I'm probably after this race we're gonna really find out that Jeff Gordon, Joey Logano, Carl Edwards, Dale Jr., Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, and I believe there was maybe another driver. I'm pretty confident they are locked into the chase as well. Brad Keselowski leads the points, 5-point lead on Matt Kenseth, as Kenseth had issues last week at Pocono. Keselowski had a top 5 finish, so that's what we got the point lead. So that is all for the pre-race news. Clint Bowyer on the pole. Can he go to victory lane at Watkins Glen? We're about to find out. We have missed a starting command, but that's okay. We already know the words. The pace car will begin. We'll lead the field on to their pace laps. As we do that, let's take you to your starting grid for today's Cheez-It 355 here at the Glen. Okay, we are back at Watkins Glen, and we have some breaking news, bad news for the 47 of AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger fans are not going to be too happy about this, as he is having an issue. And see right there, see, he looks like he just slowed down, and he is now stopped and stalled on the racetrack. So the guy who won his first career race on our first road course race of the year at Sonoma, not going to get the job done here today at Watkins Glen, as he early trouble strikes the 47 team of AJ Allmendinger. Now on your starting grid, you saw some different names and different rides. I'm going to point that out to you. First guy, we got Boris Said, the Said head, back in the series. He's driving a 32 HengitCars.com Ford for Fastlane Racing. Also in the field, Jeffrey Earnhardt, making his Spring Cup Series debut in the number 33 Joe Falk team. And you have to see this, Scott Speed driving the 40 car instead of Lenny Castle this weekend, and Speed put that car 8th on the grid. Great job for the 40 team of Hillman Racing. And Michael McDowell in his final start in the 6-6 for MWR, and his old ride is being piloted by the 95 of Parker Kligerman. Kligerman's final race in the 95, his first was at Infineon. So we also can tell you that, you know, Matt Kenseth is in the chase. And Jeff Gordon and some of those other guys who has 2 wins, they're pretty much in the chase as well. But guys like Clint Bowyer, Marcus Ambrose, Brian Vickers, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, they are not. Can they get their first win today? Green flag is out at Watkins Glen. And Bowyer gets a great jump there on the 9 of Ambrose. They race off in the turn 1 for the first time today. 78, Martin Truex Jr. I spun it around off turn 1. This whole mess back here. Carl Edwards has damage. David Gillen, JJ Yeley. Josh Wise is back here. Austin Dillon. There's Kligerman trying to get through. Hamlin trying to get through. Menard. There's Almirola. He went in a gravel trap. It's not a good start. It's not a good start for the 43 of Eric Almirola. Back up front though. Saw the 78 of Martin Truex spin. Clint Boyer is still in the lead. Marcus Ambrose second. Brian Vickers has been able to get up in the third. Casey Kane and Kevin Harvick. Jimmy McMurray got Justin Allgaier trying to take 7th away from Tony Stewart. And Kyle Busch and Ron Newman battling for 9th place. Scott Speed just right outside the top 10. They race back to the line. And it's going to be Boyer leading us back down to the Caution Flag. And a 47 of Allmendinger. Good news for the Allmendinger fans. He is coming back out on the track. Bad news, he is 42nd, 1 lap down. Well, he might be 1 lap down. Let's go back and see what happened to the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. See, what did he fail to? Martin is back in 17th, and see all the damage on that front row Chevrolet. Tough break for that 78 car. Desperately needs to win. Hold on, let's go back. What happened to the 40 car? Scott Speed. There's Ryan Truex hitting the wall in the back. I thought I saw a car going to. Never mind. And we're gonna go see what happened to 78 of Martin Truex Jr. See a whole block thing right here, Dale Jr. So it looks like the 78 is gonna get a little tap in the far Kevin Harvick. Looks like Harvick's being a little bit too aggressive. Truex hits the tire barrier there. There's Junior. He got turned, and Kenseth, he powered into it in that 20 car. There's Michael McDowell. He had a brake check. There's Carl Edwards. He got spun by somebody. Might have been the 27 of Paul Menard. Some of these guys just trying to slow down. And then the 38 of Gilliland. He's going to get run into by the 99 of the 41. Or let's go back. The camera angle failed on me. Looks like the 99 turns to 38, and the 38 comes down into the 44 J.J. Yeley, and there's Greg Biffle involved, Cole Witt, J.J. Yeley, Josh Wise, and bad news with the 40 of Scott Speed, and I thought I saw his car, I thought I saw him go out check or something, and he has took his car behind the wall. What has happened to the 40? See, I knew when we were trying to find a replay of Truex's crash, I thought I saw something happen to Scott Speed, but I missed it. And oh man, did he just lose it? Or did he get help? And looks like the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy's going to turn the 40, and oh, that is a heartbreak right there for Scott Speed. Qualified so well, and this was a one-race deal. Very impressive qualifying run for the 40. And that is going to end Scott Speed's day on lap number 1. And we got some guys coming down pit road. We're going to watch this, or accelerate just a little bit. And we got some different pit strategy going on. And big news for our points leader. Brad Keselowski has just took his car behind the wall. A gearbox has went wrong on the 2 car. And is at the 24. Jeff Gordon's blown up. So 2 of our drivers who has a win this year, Jeff Gordon and Brandon Keselowski, they have had issues. And how about this? Brian Vickers is going to lead his first lap of the year. Brad Keselowski out the race. Jeff Gordon's out the race. Brian Vickers is now a leader as he stayed out. So did Kevin Harvick, Jamie McMurray, J.J. Yeley. They all stayed out. I believe Casey Kane came down pit road. I believe Jimmy Johnson did. Clint Boyer, Ron. I know Boyer did. I know Kane did. So Vickers, Harvick, McMurray, and Yeley are on a different strategy right now as the green flag waves once again. And looking to the inside goes Casey Kane, but he can't do it. Here comes Junior's calling it in. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4 spots right there. How about that for Dow Jr.? As he moves up in the front, there goes Yelly around, and Boyer's involved, your pole center. And oh, he just got ridden by somebody. I believe that was 36 of Sorensen. What a tough break for the 15 of Boyer. I saw the 5 car, Casey Kane, he did not even try to pass that 44 car. Saw Johnson try to pull out. Then Junior, he just made a 3 or 4 wide, and he just took advantage. And here comes Harvick to the outside and in the carousel. Trying to get around the 55 of Brian Vickers. Kevin Harvick looking for his 3rd win of the year. Jamie McMurray in that 1 car looking for his 1st win at Watkins Glen. Watch going to watch this race back to the line. And Vickers finally leads the 1st lap of the year. Might even lead 2 laps. Coming out of the final turn, they race back to the line. Harvick right on the back bumper, but it'll be Vickers at the line. And there's Martin Jr. His car is on pit road. So we've got a big crash here in the gravel trap in the bus stop. Greg Biffle, Clint Boyer, Eric Almirola, and JJ Yelly are the cars. And let's see what happened. And Cole Whittam, and there's a lot of guys. Holy cow, there's a lot of cars in there. Looks like Boyer's trying to get through all this. Wait, did that 48 spin to 44? See, the 44 Yelly kind of goes off track. It looks like Johnson just turns Newman up into Yelly, and Yelly spins out. Boyer gets hit by the 17, and the 15 goes around into the 44. So 48 cost him 2 crashes today. Stenhouse runs into the 15. And Sorensen is going to run into the back of the 15 of Boyer. There's Ron Truex, Cole Witt, and Alan Marola. They're all trying to squeeze on right against the outside wall. So that's what brought out the caution. Now we're going to go back and see what happened in the bus stop involving a whole bunch of drivers. And look at this big pack of junk of cars right here. Going to the bus stop. Did Logano get involved? No, Logano was able to somehow get by, but Yelly, Almirola, Truex, Biffle, Boyer, and Cole Witt. And we did see Martin Truex. We were wondering why he was on pit road. This is what a 78 was. Greg Biffle won at Indy. Did not really have a good run last week at Pocono, and not having a good run here today at Watkins Glen either. All of those cars went directly to pit road. We can tell you that so far Scott Speed, Brad Keselowski, Jeff Gordon, and Josh Wise are out of the race. So is the 17 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Also, something about Keselowski and Vickers entering this race. All of our full-time drivers, all of them has had a DNF. Brian Vickers and Brad Keselowski was the only 2 drivers who had only 1 DNF. Now Brad's getting a DNF, so Vickers will be the guy with the most running at the finishes. So that is good for the 55. Just trying to speed this up some. And now the 55 of Vickers, the 4 of Harvick, and the 1 of McMurray, they all stayed out. You remember JJ Yelly did as well, but well, we all know what happened to the 44. Has some one more retiree, the 36 of Reed Sorensen, that's taken his Golden Corral Chevrolet behind the wall. So Sorensen's day will end early in this one as well. So some big names out the race: Stenhouse, Jeff Gordon, and point leader Brad Keselowski. Each week, whoever's the point leader, they always have issues. So Kenseth, who's also in the back, could be our point leader coming out of here. Coming back to take the green flag, Brian Vickers, Kevin Harvick, and Jamie McMurray, the top 3. And here comes the 4 Harvick to the inside. He is ready to go. And Newman is going to try to make it 3 wide for 3rd place. Junior's in the middle. Watch out. Vickers trying to hang on the outside. There's McMurray. He'll lose us 2 spots, and Harvick will get by Vickers, entering the S's. And looks like starting to join this battle the 42 of Kyle Larson. Now we got Ryan Truex stuck in the gravel trap. And does that turn 1? I think that's turn 1. No caution came out. Harvick trying to pull away from Vickers. Entering the carousel. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in third. Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson in top 5. And give a call to Kurt Busch in this 41 car. And Kyle Larson. They started 37th. Kurt did, and I believe Larson started 35th. They're up here inside the top 10. And another great run for the 13 of Mears. Jimmy Johnson having another nice run right now inside the top 10. Going back to the 83 Ryan Truex, making his 14th start of the year for Ryan Truex, and it looks like 11 of them are going to be DNS. And Harvick's pulling away from Vickers. This 4 car is strong right now. Has that clean air. Question is, can Kevin Harvick and Brian Vickers make it on field along with the 1 of Jamie McMurray? McMurray fell in 7th, but Vickers and Harvick have been able to hang on. And now we got a caution. And Joey Logano's involved. The 22 Logano. Michael Annette's on pit road in the 7. And possibly the 20 of Matt Kenseth could have been the other guy. No, but he's far back though. Here's the 22 of Joey Logano. Oh, same thing that happened to Scott Speed. Logano hits that tire barrier right on the entrance of pit road, and that has taken the 22 Joey Logano behind the wall as he won last week at Pocono. 4th in points entering this race. Tough break for the 22. And Ryan Truex is also on pit road. Truex and Logano's looks like their days are done. And Harvick and Vickers are still staying out. So maybe these caution laps are going to be helping those 2 drivers and McMurray tremendously. So that's good for those guys. And we are going green this time by. Logano, the only driver who's took his car behind the wall, and the 2 Truexes, Martin and Ryan, are 1 lap down. Kevin Harvick, your leader, Brian Vickers, Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, and Kyle Larson in top 5. Kurt Busch, Jimmy McMurray, Casey Mears, Casey Kane, and Jimmy Johnson in top 10. Denny Hamlin, Tony Stewart, Carl Edwards. Dave Blaney right now is running 14th in that 77 car. And Kyle Busch, Michael McDowell, Parker Kligerman, Boris Said, Justin Allgaier, and Austin Dillon. Marcus Ambrose, your outside Polson on 21st. AJ Allmendinger, Jeffrey Earnhardt, David Gillen, David Reagan, Paul Menard, Eric Almirola, Cole Witt, Greg Biffle, and Clint Boyer. JJ Yeley, Matt Kenseth, Michael Annette, Martin Truex Jr., and Ryan Truex. The 35 drivers who are remaining on track. Question is, can Kevin Harvick and Brian Vickers and Jamie McMurray make it on field? Because I don't believe those 3 drivers been on pit road yet today. I believe they're still on the same tires that they started the race on. My guys like Dale Jr., Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson, I believe they came down pit road. And the 42 and the 41 might have done some pit strategy to get up to the front as well. They're 5th and 6th. If a third win by Kevin Harvick would put him in the chase for sure. A third win by Dale Jr. would put him in the chase, and a third win by Ryan Newman could put Newman in the chase. Kurt Busch looking for a 2nd win. Vickers and Larson looking for their 1st win. Coming down to get the green flag. 4 to go at Watkins Glen. And Vickers got a good jump. He's going to look to the outside, but Junior goes to the inside. Kind of a dumb move by Brian Vickers. Goes to the outside. Now Junior on the inside. And he drove it down in there, and Vickers did too, and that's not going to work for Vickers. We got trouble in the back, I believe, again. And yes, we do. Oh, Kyle Busch has got rear-ended by the 15 of Clint Boyd. We got a big crash up ahead. David Gillen involved. JJ Yeley, Marcus Ambrose. David Reagan a lot of front-end damage. On the 34. Caution is out once again. Junior now 2nd, Newman 3rd, Vickers and Larson in top 5. McMurray, Mears, Kurt Busch, Johnson, and Denny Hamlin in top 10. And it looks like Mears is going to go by Kurt Busch, and here comes Johnson to the inside. They're racing there right now in the carousel. This could be good for the 88 of Junior and the 31 of Newman. And here comes Ryan Newman to the inside with second place on the track. Newman's on the outside though. I don't know if that's going to be a good preferred line entering this turn, but he's trying to make it work. And here comes Newman. He got loose. He got loose. That's going to hurt him. That's going to give Dale Jr. the second spot. Well, Newman tried though. Got to give him that. He went on that little Grimmel strip, or that old, what we call it, like little strips, that thing, off that final turn. And there's the pole center, Clint Boyer. Tough break. He had a good car, but got crashed in that JJ Yelly. Ricky Snell's crashed. And there's Cal Busch. He got turned by somebody. Tough break for Cal Busch as well. He started 6th, I believe. Just that pit stops really hurt the 18 as well. Looks like Tony Stewart was on the inside of Denny Hamlin. Ended up coming down into Cal Busch. And right here, Busch gets rear-ended by the 15 of Clint Boyer. That would end Boyer's day. Boris said, going to get turned by somebody. Actually, it looks like the 32 is actually going to avoid the 18. Maybe either the 3 of Austin Dillon turn the 32, as you see Allmendinger and David Gillen and Matt Kenseth driving to the 32. Either Dillon turn, either Dillon got turned, or either Boris said got turned by Austin Dillon, or said ran into the 51 of Cal Busch. Not 51, but the, I don't know what I'm talking about. See Ambrose spinning up ahead, David Reagan, David Gillen. Looks like the best we can get right now is a 1-lap shootout to determine the winner of this race. Usually the lights will go out in the bus stop. And no, it's not. We are not going to be able to go back green. That's just kind of dumb. Where's Brian Vickers? You know, that's Dave Blaney. Thought I saw Brian Vickers and Jamie McMurray had to come down pit road, but can Kevin Harvick make it? There's Allmendinger. Tony Stewart's blowing up. But Harvick's staying now. Looks like that 4 car will be able to make it on fuel somehow. Now, Tony Stewart's behind the wall now. Where's Dale Jr. at? Here's Junior. He had a pit as well. So it looks like Kevin Harvick is going to be our winner. Ryan Newman, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Carl Edwards, your top 5. Casey Kane, Casey Mears, Justin Allgaier, Jimmy Johnson, and Michael McDowell, your top 10. Cole Wick could be 11th. Parker Kligerman 12th. Al Mirola, after his trouble, 13th. Jeffrey Earnhardt 14th. Matt Kenseth could come out of here with a top 15 finish after Brian Vickers, Jamie McMurray, and Dale Jr. had it all come down pit road. So I'm still surprised that 4 car can make it. It's 55 and the 1 couldn't. Kind of surprising. Tony Stewart, though, went behind the wall with a camshaft issue. David Gillen is also out of the race along with Clint Boyer and David Reagan. Looks like Harvick's going to prove us wrong. He did save enough fuel in the Budweiser Chevrolet of Harvick, who won at Darlington and won the July race at Daytona. Is going to come down. Win number 3 of the 2014 year. This win is going to put Kevin Harvick in the chase. Kevin Harvick wins at Watkins Glen, and Ryan Newman's out of fuel. No, Ryan Newman blew up. Ryan Newman has now blown his engine, but it doesn't really matter. He is our winner. So, congratulations to the number 4 of Kevin Harvick. He is the winner. Now we take a look at the results. Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, Larson. We already went through the top 10, top 15. Boris Said, Greg Biffle, Kyle Busch, Dale Jr., and Brian Vickers. Your top 20. Tough break for Vickers and McMurray Jr. They all had to come down pit road. Kurt Busch ended up 24th. He did not have enough fuel. Stewart saw him blowing up. Dave Blaney, we saw him running 14th. He's will end up 31st. Martin Truex, Clint Boyer, they started up front. Scott Speed started 8th. Tough break for the 40 car. And point leader Keselowski. Tough break for the 2 car. Keeping him with a 5-point lead. He'll be trailing Matt Kenseth, I say around 21 points. So that is all here from Watkins Glen. Next week we are heading back to the Irish Hills of Michigan for race 23 there. So we'll see you next week, and congratulations to number 4 of Kevin Harvick on a win here today at Watkins Glen.